the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. It's tonight. We're here at Dover as the eSpeed Sport Select Series presents the Monster 75. And I, for one, am ready for tonight's race. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is KR Stolfus, and I am ready to hammer out 75 laps at the Monster Mile. Not only am I ready, but the drivers are getting ready as well. So far, we have had 19 drivers take to the track in this new, aptly named Arca Menards car thing, whatever. It used to be known as the K&N. But as they say, things change. Tonight's race, though, is brought to you in part by Edward Kane, Certified Public Accountant, USAFirearms.com, Big Time Racing League, and of course, the Yes Racing Association. As the drivers continue their warm-up, let's go into our point standings coming into this 4th race of the season. Presley Sora taking over the top spot. He has a 1-point lead over Jeff Mills. Nick Barisi just 13 points out of the top spot. Austin Burdick sending in 4th, and rounding out the top 5 in our point standings is Lawrence Shaughnessy. One thing you will note is Nathan Jurgensen climbing into the top 20. He did have his first win of the season last week at Indianapolis. Aaron Rodgers in 18th place had his win at Richmond. Presley Sora picking up the win at Atlanta. And so Sora, of the ones who have won races so far, the only one sitting pretty. Everyone else buried deep. But Jeff Mills still looking for his first win as he tries to, well, get that win here at Dover here tonight. But practice is winding down. We're switching over into qualifying. We're trying to bring you as many cars qualifying as we can. As soon as they hit the track and start rolling, we're going to start talking about them. First one out is the 64 of Steve Bowden. Steve clears the blue line, which now dictates that he can get back up on the track. That 64 machine coming around to take the green flag. Going to try and lay down his 2-lap qualifying effort, and already the 64 sideways. But unfortunately, he is going to cross the start-finish line, shut it down, and he is going to have to start over. The 66 of Nick Barisi out on track. Nick running a new paint scheme here tonight, but the number stays the same. That 66 sideways up off the corner, but keeps it in check, and he is going to cross the start finish line. Right now, he is the only one that has logged a lap time. Now Austin Burdick coming in the 97 machine. Brandon Sheffield to the top of the leaderboard in the 96. He sits on pole position, but this is going to change quickly Well, it may not change, but more and more drivers are starting to go across the start-finish line. Robbie Hartpence in the 11 machine finds himself in 6th place as he shuts down his qualifying effort. The 97 Austin Burdick does take the top spot for the moment. Alex Harris in the 74 machine, working his way through the corner. That 74 going to cross the start-finish line, and Alex Harris going to move into 9th place. Brandon Sheffield falling to 3rd. The 32 machine, right now, DJ Kiner sitting in 5th place. Jeff Mills in the 89. Looking to put this thing on pole. He is looking to get that win, and it is going to start right here with a good qualifying effort. Last week he started at Indianapolis buried deep in the field. Spent all race making his way up into the podium, finishing in 3rd place. Jeff Mills right now in 12th. Nathan Jurgensen in the 31 going to the top of our qualifying leaderboard as the 89 of Mills. Big wiggle up off the corner, and Jeff Mills going to move up into 5th place with that qualifying effort. Your pole sitter is the 31 machine for the moment. We do have just about a minute 45 left to go in this qualifying session. The 18 of Jeremy Root starting to move out. Root sporting USA Firearms on the hood down the side of that 18 machine. Jeremy Root, the driver and quite possibly the owner of Root Motorsports. Jeremy Root, Scotty Lamp, Jeff Mills, Scott Lamp, and Dwayne Kiner, all representing Root Motorsports. But guys, we're going to step away, play our national anthem. We'll be back to bring you tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid. That can only mean one thing, and that is it's time to go through tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Edward Kane, certified public accountant. Row number 1, Nathan Jurgensen in the 31 machine with a qualifying time of 22.920. Austin Burdick on his outside. Row number 2 will be the 66, Nick Barisi, and the 96 of Brandon Sheffield. Row 3 will be the 89 of Jeff Mills and the 18 of Jeremy Root. Row 4 will be the 71 of Rocky Hartpence and the 32 of DJ Kiner. Row 5 will be the 83 of Alan Wilson and the 86 of Jason Jackson. Row 6 will be the 25 of Patrick Thomas and the 11 of Robbie Hartpence. Row 7 will be the 74 of Alex Harris and the 2 of Scott Lamp. Row 8 will be the 77 of Kyle Martinson and the 10 of Ed Kane. Row 9, Lawrence Shaughnessy and Daniel Very. Row 10, Steve Bowden and Jamon Banks. That makes up tonight's starting lineup. Pace car down and away. Nathan Jurgensen decides now is a good time to get on the throttle. Austin Burdick getting caught napping. That allows Nick Barisi to slide into second. And Austin Burdick would like to have that one back as he is already on his back foot under pressure from the 96 of Brandon Sheffield in a battle for fourth place. So Austin Burdick late to the throttle on that start, falls to third. Now having to face the 96 as they head off into turn number 1, first lap of the night being led by Nathan Jurgensen. So as the 96 tries to reel in the 97 of Burdick, 75 laps to scheduled distance here tonight for the Monster 75. These cars are going to be on the edge of out of control all night long, especially coming up off the corner of turn number 4. Turn 2 is going to have its own issues, but turn 4 is where everyone seemed to really have a hard time in practice here tonight. We'll keep a close eye on that one. Last week's race winner, Nathan Jurgensen, picking up right where he left off from victory lane to pole position. And now he continues to lead here at Dover. We got one in the wall. That is the 66 and Nick Barisi. Slight scrape of that wall there. Cost him a little bit of speed. Austin Burdick starting to reel him in, but that 66 gathering itself back in, regaining some lost momentum. You can see the scrape down the right side. And now everyone getting a single file very quickly here. Check in on the 86 of Jason Jackson. Right now he is behind the 32 of DJ Kiner. Just in front of him is the 83 of Alan Wilson. We go on aboard with the 83 of Wilson looking out the back. Indy Auto Sports represented by Alan Wilson. Sends it down into the corner. Can the throttle rolling right back into it. These drivers really laying down some very quick lap times. Our race leader, 23.021, his best lap time. Starting to open up a bit of a lead on the 66 as Nick Barisi under pressure from Burdick and Sheffield. Jeff Mills in the 89 trying to reel them in. Right now Mills rounding out your top five, but right behind Mills is the 18 of Jeremy Root. That 18 machine then has a almost 2-second gap back to 7th place Alan Wilson. As the 18 chases the 89 closing in on the 66. Nick Barisi does fall to 4th place as Austin Burdick and Brandon Sheffield both managed to get right on by. So Nathan Jurgensen in the 31. Out to an early lead, coming up off of turn number 4, going to lead his 10th lap of the race. Field got single file very quickly here at Dover. The 74 of Alex Harris. Harris started in 13th. Already has gained 2 positions as he rides around in 11th place. But just in front of him is the 25 of Patrick Thomas. If I have the correct notes here, I do believe this is Patrick Thomas's first start of the night, or of the season. Of course, it's of the night, you fool. But I do believe that is Patrick Thomas's first start of the season. And we'll keep a close eye on that 25 machine. See how this race plays out for him. The 69 machine, Daniel Vare. He is chasing down the 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy. Another driver making his first start in the series. Steve Bowden, also in the 64, his first start. So several new faces out here tonight at Dover. Kyle Martinson in the 77 trying to work over the 2 of Scotty Lamp. Or I should say Scott Lamp, the second. We do have one slow, that is the 18 of Jeremy Root. Alan Wilson in the 83. Trying to capitalize on the broken momentum of the 18, but it looks like he is going to get it power to back up. Nick Barisi still sitting in 4th place. Nathan Jurgensen, your race leader, has started to open up a 1.5 second lead over the rest of the field. Austin Burdick and Brandon Sheffield sitting 2nd and 3rd. Sheffield in that gray and green 96 machine. That 96 has a 1.7 second lead over the 66. Jeff Mills in the 89 taking a peek down to the inside. Nick Barisi sideways off of turn number 2. Mills has to think twice about it. And now the 66 going to overshoot the entry into the corner. He goes way up high. He's going to lose 2 spots, maybe even 3, as here comes Alan Wilson in the 83 machine. So the 66 adding a scrape down the side to match the one he got earlier on in the start of the race. Just trying to make that car a little bit lighter, a little bit flatter on that side, increase some of the side force. That's all, no big deal. That is how you do it here in Dover. Ooh, there's another one in the wall. That was the 89 of Jeff Mills. Mills getting into the wall, trying to arc the corner, scraping it right there at the entrance of turn 3. He's going to lose a spot in the process. Nick Barisi falling behind Alan Wilson. The 74 of Alex Harris being chased by the 71 of Rocky Hartpence. As we go on aboard with the 71 machine for a lap around this Dover International Speedway. Rocky has trended in the wrong direction. He started in 7th place, fallen to 9th. However, he is quite solidly in 9th place, 1 second ahead of the 2 of Scott Lamp. Alex Harris in the 74, slowly pulling away. Last time around, Alex Harris turning a 24.144. Rocky Hartpence turning a 24.255. The 10 machine, that is Ed Kane, out on track, but not only out on track, but also tonight's aerial coverage provider. The 10 machine finds itself in 12th place for the moment. Started in 16th, so that 10, one of the drivers that has been on a move forward. Kane looking for a good run here. He has befallen upon some bad luck, getting caught up in several incidences. Indianapolis didn't go his way. In fact, he ended up upside down in the demolition derby at Indianapolis. Speaking of a demolition derby, guys, make sure you stick around. After the race, we will wad these cars up to the point of no return. One driver's going to win the race, maybe even have a shot at winning the demo derby. So no one go anywhere. That follows the checkered flag immediately. Do have one slow, that is the 69 machine. He has incurred heavy damage. The Monster has taken a bite out of the 69. Let's see what happened to Daniel. We go to our turn 3 instant replay. The 69 machine making his way off of turn number 4, smacking the outside wall. Heavy impact with the inside wall. Both front tires going whatever direction they want. That 69 machine well and truly knockered up. The Euro race leader continues to cycle around out front. He has now got a 3.3 second lead and starting to work his way to lap traffic. That is Patrick Thomas in the red 25 just ahead of him. Jeremy Root in second place. In the 18 machine, Brandon Sheffield still holding on to third. We go on board with the 31 machine. Thomas in the 25, going to move to the high side. He allows Nathan choosing his lane down on the bottom. So as our race leader starts to work into lap traffic, the 11 of Robbie Hartpence, the next driver to be in the sights of the 31 machine. Down to the inside, Robbie Hartpence all the way up to the wall, giving plenty of room. And Nathan easily making his way by. The 18 of Jeremy Root, now 3 seconds behind the race leader, trying to close in. We have not been slowed for a caution at all here tonight. Track conditions have been beautiful all race long. Track temp is 125 degrees. Nice and slimy. Good time to be here at Dover. Rocky Hartpence in pre-race conversation told me fuel run not an issue. He thought everyone would have enough fuel to get to the end of the race here tonight. However, somebody might try and come down 4 tires. So we got another one in the wall. I believe that was Robbie Hartpence. 97 to Austin Burdick getting by Robbie. So too does the 83 of Alan Wilson. Nick Barisi, who started this race off with a bang, up into second place at 66, now falling to 7th place. And as I was mentioning, some strategy might come in. Drivers know they can make it on fuel, but as tires wear out here, they're really going to slow down. This Dover track known to eat tires and cars alike. Our leader's best lap was a 23.021 Last time around, he turned a 24.344. Those lap times are falling. The more they fall, the more likely we might see someone hit pit road. Shaughnessy in the 9 machine right now, he is in 15th spot. He is now the first car 1 lap down as Nathan works his way by quite easily. Jeremy Root in the 18 continues to chip away at that race lead. Finds himself in second place, just a tick faster each time around than the race leader. Big slide coming off of turn number 2. That's a controlled slide there. These K&N cars are really on the edge of out of control. Shaughnessy in the 9, Bowden in the 64, both cars now in front of the 18 of Root, between him and our race leader. He drives down to the inside, the 64 and the 9, both going to stay high. And Jeremy Root easily clearing the lap traffic. Patrick Thomas in the 25 machine has made a pit stop. Now the 86 of Jason Jackson, he's going to make his way on the pit road. Patrick Thomas has been on and off pit road, so too has Robbie Hartpence. They are multiple laps down because of that green flag pit stop. Jason Jackson into his pit stall. Nathan coming around to put Jason Jackson a second lap down. So the 31 machine showing no signs of entering pit road anytime soon. That car running on rails. He has opened up again that lead to a 3.3 second gap. And Robbie Hartpence in that 11 machine does have fresher tires. He is going to be a little bit faster than our race leader because of those tires, but going to have to try and pick his line very carefully if he wishes to get a round. Jason Jackson in the 86 after a 4-tire stop has rejoined the race. He is the first car 2 laps down. We'll keep an eye on this 86 machine and see if everyone else is going to cycle onto pit road. We have 31 laps to go here tonight. 31 machine has been out front for all 44 completed laps. We do only have one car out of the race. That is the 69 of Daniel Vare. Vari, man, I wish someone would tell me how to say these names, but I'm doing my best, Daniel. Sorry if I'm butchering it. He found trouble here at Dover. We do have a few more on the pit road. That's Rocky Hartpence in the 71 and the 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy. They're going to make their way into their pit stalls. But Daniel, the only car out of the race. We started at 19 cars here tonight, 18 of them still out on track. Of those 18, only 12 are left on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 32 machine of DJ Kiner. But the race leader, Nathan Jurgensen, closing in on him quickly. This is a fixed setup race as the 10 of Ed Kane, he's going to head for pit road. But this is a fixed setup race, so everyone on the same setup. Nathan Jurgensen really able to get the most out of it. Second place, the 18 machine, Jeremy Root, onto pit road. Our first leader to come down pit road. We'll see where this shakes out and if anyone else is going to hit pit lane. But more and more drivers have made a pit stop now. Only 11 cars have not stopped yet. Jeremy Root, 2 tire stop for him, and he is down and away. Root, 2 laps down. Ed Kane, now 3 laps down. So if this 31 can make it on fuel, he may not want to come down pit road as he has trapped his main competitor of the day so far behind him. Jeff Mills in the 89. Right now he is scored in second place, but he is 5.7 seconds behind our race leader. Brandon Sheffield trying to track down that 89 machine. Mills still looking for that first win, wondering when he is going to get it. The 66 and Nick Parisi on pit road. Another top 10 driver hitting pit lane. Root in the 18 machine trying to make his way back to 1 lap down. Using those 2 fresh tires to his advantage. He is closing in on the race leader. The 31 going to go way up high. He knows these fresh tires are nothing he can compete with. Now Nathan diving down to the bottom. So when will Jurgensen hit pit road as far as he has taken this run in comparison to where Jeremy Root made his pit stop? I would say he is not too concerned about coming down pit road. We are going to have 20 laps to go this time around. Austin Burdick in the 97 into his pit stall. Nick Barisi again on the pit lane. So an issue for the 66, quite possibly a drive-through penalty. We do have one slow. Alex Harris hitting his pit lane. Alan Wilson now onto the pit lane as well. So a few more drivers on the pit road. With 18 laps to go when Nathan crosses the start-finish line. He continues to cycle around out there. Jeff Mills in second place, 5 seconds behind him, not able to close in. Brandon Sheffield starting to lose some ground to the 89. Sheffield now 0.8 seconds back. Six drivers not hit pit road yet. The 77, Kyle Martinson, one of those 6, but it looks like he is going to get on the binders and make the break for pit lane. The 77 into that safe cove known as pit lane. Very slowly working his way towards his pit stall. And Nathan continues to lead as he has all race long, 59 laps in counting. That is the 25 machine right behind him of Patrick Thomas. Thomas 3 laps down. This race has not been slowed for a caution. We have been green flag all race long, and we are down to 15 laps to go. Jeff Mills trying to chip away at that lead, but it continues to stay right at about a 5-second gap. You can see the race leader just ahead. Mills in second place has really opened up a gap over this 96 of Sheffield. We look out the back, and the caution flag is finally going to come out. And I am not 100% sure who it is for. Maybe the 32. Go to our turn 3 instant replay. The 66 and Nick Parisi and the 32 get together. Lawrence Shaughnessy involved in the 9 machine. Heavy impact for the 9. We go on aboard with the 9 machine. You see the 66 making contact with the 32. Both drivers go hard into the outside wall. We'll watch this one more time, and everybody's strategy goes out the window. Ed Kane again getting involved in one. That 10 just cannot find a way to dodge an incident. Oh, I feel bad for Kane. Every single time a caution comes out, he is right there where he does not need to be. But the 31, the 89, the 96, and the 2 all onto pit road. Nathan Jurgensen in the 31. 4 tires stop for him. Down and away goes the 31, Jeff Mills. Right behind him. Jeremy Root in the 18. Right now being shown as the race leader, but the 31 and the 89 did get off of pit road before the 18 could get around. So Root into third place. He has not been on pit road under this caution. Now he's going to make his way down onto pit road. With some of these drivers having made pit stops, in fact, most of the field had been down onto pit road. Just a handful of drivers had not stopped yet. You can see a long line of cars between our race leader, the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen, and the pace car. We do have 5 cars on the lead lap now. Jeremy Root in the 18, that 5th place car, final car on the lead lap. But Root gonna have 4 tires and fuel. He will be on the same strategy as everyone else now. He did take 2 tires, one of the only drivers who attempted 2 tires. It may have been a good strategy call for him and everyone else that pitted. Well, guys, now that we have a shot at it, if you're enjoying the show that these drivers are putting on, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and let them know you appreciate the hard work that went into making this race happen at Dover. If you're not enjoying this race here at Dover, stick around. You might enjoy the Demolition Derby that's coming up in about 10 laps. So don't go anywhere. The Demo Derby bound to be an excellent time. Lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang. Drivers starting to stack up the wave around cars, trying to catch up to the field. Jeff Mills in the 89 looking for his first win of the season. Nathan Jurgensen picking up where he left off last week. Back to the green flag we go. The 89 not getting the start he needed. 3 wide at the start finish line. Brandon Sheffield in the 96 all the way down on the bottom. Scott Lamp in the 2 worked the middle, and Jeff Mills left high and dry. He's going to go from 2nd to 5th. Now he's trying to regain some lost ground on the 18. The 18, man, he's shot out of a cannon, and the 96 and the 2 are going to get together. Heavy contact for the 2 of Scott Lamp. He has gotten his machine torn up. As the 2 and the 96 just get together going into turn 3. The 86 machine of Jason Jackson with nowhere to go, making heavy contact with the 2 of Lamp as we go on board with Jason Jackson. He crumples that hood and heads straight for pit lane. And so with another caution coming out, several cars getting torn up in that one. The 96 of Sheffield making his way onto pit road. The damage on that machine not looking too bad. The 2 of Scott Lamp into his pit stall. He had heavy damage on that machine. The 10 of Ed Kane's been sitting there since our first caution of the night. And so just like that, we go from not having any cautions to 2 cautions right in a row at the end of this thing. We have 7 laps to go. One driver has led this entire show, and that is the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen. Jeremy Root in the 18 machine going to be restarting outside row number 1. And we have not seen a good restart from that position yet. So the 18 has got to be keeping that in the back of his mind. What can he do different than anyone else? Jeff Mills in the 89 went from 2nd to 5th place. Austin Burdick on the initial start of the night went from 2nd to 5th as well. The front row outside lane not where anyone wants to be. This caution has put, well, we're going to end up with 6 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 71 of Rocky Hartpence. He catches up to the field. Rocky 4 tire stop for him. Ed Kane has been sitting on pit road for the last 7 minutes. Daniel Vare in the 69 has gotten back out with the outside wall, then slammed into the inside wall. But that 69 machine is back out there. He is 34 laps down as the field starts to stack up behind the pace car. Ed Kane, one of the only drivers on pit road, everyone else out on track. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this one more time. The 18 of Jeremy Root on the outside of the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen. Pace car getting ready to duck onto pit road. Down goes the pace car, and the 31 gets to the throttle in a hurry. This time the 18 of Jeremy Root able to roll into that start and not lose 100 positions. So the 18 into second place, but Nathan breaking away cleanly here. He has already got a half-second lead, and with 4 laps to go here at Dover, that is going to be tough to beat. Meanwhile, deeper in the field, the 97 of Austin Burdick and the 11 of Robbie Hartpence. Wasting no time trying to get to that checkered flag as fast as he can. Root in the second place. Jeff Mills in the 89 machine in third, chasing down that 18 machine. But 2 laps to go is quickly running out of time. White flag in the air for Nathan Jurgensen. Final time around, 1 more lap to go. Jeremy Root in the 18, trying to hustle that car, almost gets into the wall, keeps it off by a mere inch or 2. Nathan Jurgensen not putting a foot wrong all race long, sees the checkered flag in the air cleanly off at turn number 4, and he is going to win back-to-back races here in the eSpeed Sports Select Series. Jeremy Root brings it home in second place. As we go through our final results, Jurgensen, your race winner. Jeremy Root bringing it home. Third place going to Jeff Mills. Brandon Sheffield ending up in 4th. 5th place, Scott Lamp. Rocky Hartpin in 6th. 7th place, Austin Burdick. 8th place going to Alan Wilson. DJ Kiner finishing in 9th. Patrick Thomas 10th. 11th, Alec Harris. Kyle Martinson in the 77 finishing in 12th. 13th, Robbie Hartpence. 14th, Jason Jackson. Steve Bowden finishing in 15th. 16th going to Lawrence Shaughnessy. Nick Barisi in the 66 machine finishing 17th. 18th going to Ed Kane. 19th, Daniel Vare. And it did not start, Jamon Banks. And guys, the Demo Derby has started. It is the moment we have all been waiting for, and already heavy contact. The 71 of Rocky Hartpence up and over into pit lane. He is on his side. Early exit for the 71 machine. Brandon Sheffield in the 96 coming up and giving a kiss to the 18. Here comes the 69. Jeremy Root wounded. 3 heavy impacts in a row, all to the driver's side. Oh, and another one, the 74. Alex Harris just smashing in. Now he is upside down. Here comes the 86 of Jason Jackson like a top. Oh, and he's going to get a kiss from the 77 of Kyle Martinson. Robbie Hartpence is still rolling. Oh, and he's going to give a shunt. Here comes more cars. Hood smacking the camera. We're going to have to buy a new camera here. It's saying hello again. Thank you very much for joining. Nathan trying to win the race and the Demo Derby. He's got that thing in reverse. He's going to slam into the 74. The 83 going up and over Wilson. Wheels to Jesus. Someone flip him over. He's turtled. The 74 might get over. He does. Harris back on 4 wheels. He grabs a gear, gets rolling. The 77 of Kyle Martinson. He's struggling. Lawrence Shaughnessy, right into the 96 of Sheffield. Can the 77 do something here? He's got one tire just, oh my goodness, that tire is just destroying that car. The humanity is just off the charts. Nick Parisi just misses heavy contact. Kyle Martinson's gonna slam into the field here. We still got one on his hood. I believe that is Alan Wilson. The 86. As the camera, one driver out of it, we still got Nathan Jurgensen rolling around. Brandon Sheffield, he's got some semblance of a steering as he's gonna kiss the wall. The 11 of Robbie Hartpence trying to gain momentum. Oh, he just misses the 66. Lawrence Shaughnessy coming in like a train on the 11 machine, smashes into his back bumper. Robbie just doing donuts as he's trying to gather in his bearings. Shaughnessy, no, that is not Shaughnessy. I'm sorry, that is the 66 of Barisi. Someone needs to flip over the 83 of Alan Wilson. He has got so much blood to the brain right now. Finally, he gets righted. That 83 machine returns the favor to Ed Kane. Pops a hood off of the 10 machine. Tire smoke out of the 9 of Shaughnessy. Harris in the 74 trying to get rolling, but he's got no steering. The 11 of Robbie Hartpence. Oh, he's going to get smashed by the 66 of Barisi. Wilson's going to come in and give his little right shoulder to the 66. These guys not giving up. Everyone really just battering the heck out of these K&N cars. Ed Kane in the 10, pushing the 69 and the 86. Oh, and the 86 is going to pop an engine. He's done for. Nick Barisi comes in and gives him a little shove. And Ed Kane in the 10 machine going to try and take out the 66, clips him, and now the 10 pirouettes on his nose, somehow lands it on all fours. But the 86, last week's Demo Derby winner, Jason Jackson, he is done. He is out early. Nathan Jurgensen in the 31, he is wounded. He's trying to find some shelter. He is backing away from this field as quickly as possible. He has turned tail and ran. Alex Harris, he also has decided that getting out of here is the best course of action. He's going to smack the wall. The 74 machine up in smoke. He might be done. The 10 and the 31 going at it. These are our final two cars. Both of them looking like they are stranded as far as steering. And now the 31's going to pop an engine. Nope. Ed Kane still moving. Nathan Jurgensen not got a lot of motion left in that 31. So let's give the unofficial Demo Derby victor, Ed Kane in the 10, getting it done out here tonight for the Demo Derby. So thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget, April 1st, that is not next week, but that is our next race. We will be off next week for the USAFirearms.com 100 at USA International Speedway. Make sure you're right here on Turn 3 Racing Network for that one, guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I will catch you all here in 2 weeks for another great race by the eSpeed Sports Select Series.